welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be doing an anti-Valentine's Day look. Now you might be thinking, Sam, your makeup's already done. I got it. We made the top look naturally Valentine's-y, and then this tutorial, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, is taking this heart that I have sculpted and painted out of clay and like acrylic paint. Now we're gonna plunge it out of our chest. Rip it out of our chest. I don't know. We're gonna do something with it, and we're gonna figure it out together right here, right now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna zoom the camera out so you can see all this. I promise I'm wearing a shirt right there, and we will be using today an alcohol-based paint palette. This is V's Riddick palette. I used it in the last tutorial, which was the Hunger Games Catching Fire tutorial. If you haven't seen that yet, make sure you check it out. It just hit 2.6 million views on TikTok. Crazy. I will be using 3rd Degree Burn today in place of liquid latex and cotton, but I have other tutorials on this page that I'll link above here that show you how to do cotton and latex, which is the cheaper version of this. I just really wanted to play with this today, and I wanted it to look hyper realistic, so that's why we're using this today. I have my alcohol to activate the alcohol paints, some cheap brushes from I think Michael's, I don't know. Last but not least, I got some terracotta clay and I sculpted this heart, and then, like I said earlier, painted it with some acrylic paints. Yeah, you can use anything. You can make a cotton and latex heart if you really wanted to, but that's how I did it. I'll put some pictures here on that process. Let's get into it. Okay, everybody, back again with another voiceover because my mother was in town visiting me when I filmed this video, and I still get very insecure when I have to film in front of other people. So, as I always do when I use these alcohol-activated palettes, I start off with a yellow base so that I can give it that slight bruised undertone before I go in with the heavy colors. And yeah, that's me realizing how prickly this cheap brush is, and it kind of hurts, but you know, we do it for the art. So after I go in with that slight yellow undertone, I'm going in with some red, and then I'm spritzing the alcohol directly on my brush to diffuse that red dottage, whatever verbiage you want to use there. Ta-da! Okay, you know, we're just embarrassing ourselves now. It's fine. Moving on. So now we're just spraying the alcohol directly on our skin and then diffusing it even more, again with the same brush, never cleaning the brush off in between colors, because the beautiful thing about these alcohol palettes is that they kind of just are transparent enough that they can blend really beautifully and easily with the use of the isopropyl alcohol. Patting in with my fingers, the brush, you get the drift. So back in again with the palette, but adding a deeper shade of red this time, and you'll notice I'm going more into the center as the colors get darker. I think I said that wrong, but again, you get it. So now I'm taking that textured sponge. I forget the technical name for it, but I'll try to link it below in the description. And yeah, I sprayed the alcohol directly on the brush to then continue diffusing those edges and blending the edges into the yellow to give it that bruised effect. Look at that 2000s beauty blender. What am I even saying? The 2000s Beauty Guru hand zoom product thing. This is the worst voiceover ever. I apologize. But going in with black, I've said it in other videos before, you always want to put the darkest shade in the center to add depth. Or like if you were doing a cut, you do a thin line of black down the cut to make it look deep. So here's the heart that I sculpted. You can see on my face, I didn't realize how big I had actually made the heart and how small I made this wound. So I've decided to expand this drastically. So doing the exact same steps, just again, diffusing the edges, adding some more color, making it bigger to make it look more realistic that it would actually be ripped out of my chest. Because it's so realistic that a heart would be ripped out of a chest, right? Again, keeping the darkest color in the center, testing it again. Look at the disappointment on her face. Wow, I really can't talk today. I'm not redoing this voiceover, you're stuck with it. But yeah, this is me deciding I'm going to keep making it bigger until I get it right. I promise this is the last time. But same steps, making it bigger and bigger. I also noticed, guys, I chew on my tongue when I'm thinking really hard. Have you noticed that in my videos? But okay, we're going with the 3rd degree. I've said it in other tutorials. You mix equal parts A and B so that it properly can dry down. And I just made that gash. Definitely wait for it to dry completely before going in with paints, or else you're going to destroy any brush that you use. So I am putting just straight black paint onto this silicone adhesive, whatever you want to call it, this gash that I've made, this wound. So black all over the perimeter and all in the center. And this is me trying to figure out how the heck I'm going to do this, and me also realizing that, you know, this might not be my best. And now enjoy me trying to get a thumbnail. It's so embarrassing, but I had to keep it in because, like, I'm just so embarrassing. You're welcome. Okay, this is the final look, guys. I basically mixed some glycerin with some stage blood in a trash bag and then meshed it all together, dripped it all over my hands. This was a really hard shot to get because I couldn't actually hit record. Like, once the blood was on my hands, I couldn't touch the camera. So, yeah, and then that's it. Sorry, it's not better for you guys, but it was still really fun to do. Enjoy the bloopers now, guys. Bye.